This is Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, issue 11. And for this one, it is a bit momentous. We have got Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. He's getting the chance to meet his long dead dad, Captain Marbles, the real one, mar-vell. Probably more notable is that Jim Starlin is involved. He, of course, was integral in a lot of mar-vell's original stories, as well as his death. Jim Starlin, he returned to Marvel at the turn of the millennium, and one of the first things he got offered was 3 issues of this series. I think the fact that the character had changed so much and was now a different character entirely probably helped it not feel like Jim Starlin was just crawling back to a title that he had already made a mark on. And his 3 issues, they all have something to say, and they see him refreshingly approach this new character and put him through some expected Jim Starlin stories. I opened it up though, and I got me hopes up that this was going to be one of them fold out recap pages. The ones that Tom Beaver hated and got rid of straight away. But it's not, it's just a shitty little advert. This issue, it is co-plotted with David Peter. He was the regular writer on the series. Jim Starlin, he does all the art. And with David Peter, he came up with the plot. I think David Peter, he does the script, but even that, there are a few little bits that seem to be more Jim Starlin, and there's a few ideas or voices that didn't quite align with David Peter's takes or directions. We start off though establishing Captain Marbles, the real one, mar-vell. He has just defeated Thanius, and this is a twist on one of Jim Starlin's art stories. Part of the way to get the father and son to meet is by using time travel and alternate realities. But I do still think that this counts as a valid reunion, even if mar-vell is not the main universe version. There is a rip in time and space, and that is our mechanic for bringing the 2 Captain Marbles, the real ones, together. Elsewhere, Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, he is hanging around with the Silver Surf Man and the beautiful bald lady Moon Garden. There is a lot of chat between them, setting up how the time rift occurred. Probably too much justification for this rather simple idea. Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, he goes off to investigate, and he tells Silver Surf Man and Moon Garden to just hang back in case his attempts fail. Subplot time with Dickie Jones's beautiful bombshell wife, Marla, the redhead, not the goth. She is in a comic book shop. Cue meta humour. It's like a bloody episode of Community, this. I'm pretty sure Jim Starlin, he co-scripted this as well. Because David Peter, he has a very distinctive voice. Very sarcastic and like Chanteler from Friends. And what we have here, it's more like, well, the sarcasm and the meta-commentary, that stuff is still there, but the writing around it, it feels more like someone else. Like there's breathing space between it. There's straightforward writing. Anyway, the story is Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. He has crossed over to another time and space, and he has encountered his father, Captain Marbles, the real one, mar-vell. So naturally, they have a fight, and we have got all the sort of David Peter stuff about how superheroes always end up fighting each other, but it's written refreshingly. I'm just gonna say it, it's written by Jim Starlin. The characters, they speak more like comic book characters, and they're like saying stuff aloud that David Peter wouldn't usually have them say aloud. That's not to say that I didn't think David Peter wrote this. I think this was a collaboration, and the end result is really great. It plays to both the strengths of David Peter and Jim Starlin as writers. We have got some emotional stuff with Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. He's not wanting to really fight his dad, and that is mixed in with the fighting. This here is pure Jim Starlin. He always draws some fight sequences like this. I always like the more sequential, storyboardy or flipbook elements of his art. And this all leads to the heartfelt climax where the two characters, they connect and communicate what is really happening. And this is satisfying if you are a fan of Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. We're finally getting to see the scene that you didn't think you would ever get, where his dad gets to say that he has done a good job and that he is proud of him. Some more stuff with Marla here. She'll end up being very important in the next two Jim Starlin issues of the series. Someone is following her and watching her. I wonder if it is a baddie in the next two issues. And then one of the twists in this other dimension is that Phineas is actually Adam Watson, or probably the evil version of Adam Watson, Adam Moriarty. Not that much is done with that idea, but this is really what you want from the issue. This bit here. Father hugging his son, saying that he is proud of him. Really nice, reassuring character stuff. And even better is on the next page, Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. He returns to our Earth and he realises that life is too short. So he goes out and kisses Moon Garden because he fancies her. Obviously, she is brilliant. Who wouldn't fancy the beautiful bald lady? This plotline is never referred to again. This kiss is never mentioned. I'm guessing it was a character arc Jim Starlin decided upon, and David Peter didn't really care about it. Then we have got a tragic ending as Captain Marbles, the real one, mar-vell. He eventually dies of cancer, but there is an uplifting message that he's just happy that he has a son who will do him proud and continue his legacy. This is a brilliant issue, really. If you like either version of Captain Marbles, the real ones, I think you will like this. If you prefer Captain Marbles, the real one, mar-vell, well, maybe this one might finally win you around to Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. I really enjoy the 3 Jim Starlin issues of this series. I think the David Peter and Jim Starlin creative team work perfectly together. I rate this 7 thumbs up.